On this episode of Seahawk Central News,
the start of a new school year has brought problems for students regarding finding parking for their car on campus. SCN investigates the reason behind the problem, as well as ways to help ease the stress for finding a spot.
and later, the Student Government Association's State of Address. We talk with UNCW class president to discuss her future views for the school and fellow students. I'm Patrick Cogan.
And I'm Sydney Bouchelle. Sit down and stay tuned.
Because Seahawk Central News starts right now. As college students, we understand that keeping up with current events isn't always your first priority.
So, to help you stay up to date with what's happening nationally and internationally, here's the down low on what we think you need to know. It has been released that the 2024 Olympic Games will be held in Paris, as well as in Los Angeles in 2028. This decision has been locked in for more than a month, and while at times the decision was unruly and sometimes involved corrupt bidding, it has transformed into a history-making victory that secured the future of the Games for the next 11 years.
Country singer Kenny Chesney decided to help the Virgin Islands after seeing the mess wrought by Hurricane Irma. While not on the island at the time of the storm, Chesney was able to shelter 17 people at his home and help people evacuate the island.
Apple has announced the release of the latest iPhone model. The iPhone 8 and iPhone 8 Plus is now available for pre-order and will be released in stores starting Friday, September 22nd.
30 people were injured in the London Tube this past Friday, September 15th, when a bucket wrapped in an insulated bag caught fire. Police are investigating this as a possible terrorist attack. 2 men, one 18 and the other 21, have been arrested in connection to this offense. Now for some UNCW news. UNCW puts on its first play of the season with Good Kids, directed by Ann Berkeley. We talked with Tommy Goodwin about the play.
The show is basically about a girl named Chloe who was raped at a party, and she can't remember any of it because she was drugged, and she's trying to piece it back together from the nights before. It's based on a true story about a rape case in Steubenville, Ohio. Well, I play Landon, so he's a character in it. He's one of the football players responsible for the incidents that took place. Well, you can see the show at the Cultural Arts Building. It is at the main stage, and we open the 21st. So you can catch us. We have 8 performances, I believe, so try to come out and see it.
And like Tommy said, the play will debut in the Cultural Arts Building main stage. Tickets for students can be purchased at Keenan Auditorium for $6.
Also on campus, author and labor activist Leopold came to Deloach Hall this past Wednesday, September 20th, to discuss his new book, Runaway Inequality. The book brings to light the economic patterns of income inequality. Leopold connects this growing imbalance to many different social issues in today's society. I caught up with Leopold himself to ask how he thinks this issue could affect UNCW students. So what inspired you to look at these social issues through the economic standpoint?
Well, my son was doing an internship in New York City, and he's walking around and he sees all these people sleeping on the street, and we live in a suburb and you don't see that kind of thing. And he asked me, what's going on here? Right. We're the richest country in the history of the world, and we got people sleeping on the street. So I said, you know what, I'll take a look at that. And I started to think about doing a book around homelessness, and when I dug into homelessness, I ran up right into inequality and then runaway inequality. So he kind of inspired me to work on this.
Wow, that's so awesome. So why do you think your book will help UNCW students?
Well, I think it introduces a couple of concepts that we all need to kind of navigate the world. One of it is the concept of runaway inequality, that inequality is grown extremely wide, and it's caught, that's one concept, runaway inequality. And the second concept is what we call financial strip mining, how the money is being siphoned out of us and basically going to corporate elites and financial elites on Wall Street. Mm. So I think if we're going to be citizens in this world, we have to understand what's happening to us.
Right. So what attracted you to this event to come speak to our students?
Oh, we have some very, very good people here who invited me and kind of really worked their tails off to make sure that it was a success. So there's no way I could say no to the good people here.
Well, that's awesome. Thank you. This is Sydney Bouchelle reporting with Leopold for TealTV. To learn more about runaway inequality, you can visit Leopold's website, runawayinequality.org, or buy the book, which is sold on Amazon. UNCW has almost 16,000 undergraduate and graduate students, With these growing numbers, finding parking on campus, even with purchasing a permit, has deemed difficult for some Seahawks. SCN reporter Bria Perry is in studio to talk more about the rising issue.
Approximately 5,800 parking passes were distributed this school year to both on-campus residents and commuters. According to Kaser, it appears that there are more classes scheduled during peak times this year, such as Tuesday and Thursday mornings, which greatly impact parking traffic and commuter zones. To make sure everyone with the right pass can secure a spot, parking enforcement has been placed in these locations to inform students of alternate parking locations. In order to steer clear from a ticket, all permit holders must stay in their assigned zones 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. However, meter and pay stations are free to anyone with a valid permit 5 p.m. to 7 p.m., Monday through Friday, and any time on weekends. Most faculty and staff lots are also open to student permit use after 4 or 5 p.m., depending on the lot. Kaser reminds students to always plan ahead and allow plenty of time for delays that may occur. For more information, you can check out UNCW's Parking and Transportation website at uncw.edu/parking. For Seahawk Central News, I'm Bria Perry.
Thanks, Bria. UNCW's Student Government Association held their State of Address this past Wednesday, September 13th, with Chancellor Sartorelli in attendance. Student Body President Adelie Mensah spoke to faculty, staff, and students about her upcoming vision for the school year. With high hopes, Mensah touched on issues of spacing for students, diversity initiatives, and most importantly, making UNC Wilmington play a more active role within the town and community surrounding the university. This is what Mensah had to say.
As SGA, we're very much involved in the conversations with administration and with the Board of Trustees, with faculty and staff, and we want to maintain those conversations. However, what we want to do is also bring more students into those conversations, because we are a select group of students that are meant to represent the entirety of the student body. However, we don't reach all of the student body. So what we want to do is to include a majority of the student body in these dialogues and allow them to have input. And one of the things that we're looking to do is have facilitated sustained dialogues that will include students and allow them to come to these dialogues and talk about the issues that they're seeing on campus regarding campus spacing and the changes that they would like to see in the library or for parking or for housing, as well as within their classrooms and how they interact with faculty, and the conversations that they would like to see, the conversations that would help to change policy on campus.
In upcoming news, on Saturday, September 23rd, UNCW will host Seahawk Saturday, an event aimed to attract future students. High schoolers from all around are invited to stay the day on the campus for activities and information sessions about what the school can offer. Seahawk Saturday is set up with information sessions running continuously throughout the day so that students and parents can choose what information they feel is most important. Events include a tour of the campus, a Seahawk experience panel, and much more. The invitation for the event is extended to high school seniors as well as transfer students. Check-in is at Trask Coliseum starting at 8 a.m. and events begin at 9. Registration is still open and can be found on UNCW's website under admissions.
Well, that's it for us. Don't forget to follow, like, and subscribe to UNCW TealTV for all your need-to-know UNCW news updates. For Seahawks Central News, I'm Patrick Cogan.
And I'm Sydney Bouchelle. Thanks for tuning in, Seahawks.